Here for day 15 of 100 days with 100 games. 100 games in 100 days, actually. I'm dyslexic, sorry about that. It's John Horry playing Pathways to Adventure with some awesome people that are brand new folks, and we have a guest who is a returning player, but he is observing right now, just having fun. Um, so if you guys would like to introduce your characters and whatever names you prefer to go by, either for your character or your normal name, either one works.
All right. I go by Krishan. My character's name is gonna be Corn. He's a celestial shaman. I plan to have him be this jeweler who has this very religious and sacred view of gems and how they affect people.
I love
So
it. That's awesome. Diamonds are forever, but rubies are cool.
that's true.
Awesome. All right, and next up,
Hey, my name's Eric. My character's name is Theo. He's a warrior. He's also he likes to tinker, so blacksmithing type deals, swords, armor. And yeah, that's a
good at repairing
simple.
stuff in the field, always useful
Yeah,
as a
get
warrior.
repairing. Very good at yeah.
Nice. Got to get those dents out of the armor because you're going to be getting a lot of them.
Hell yeah.
All right, and next up but not least,
Uh, yeah, hello. My name is Callisto. You just call me Melvin if you want to. My character is an elemental druid, very connected to nature. Knows a little bit about apothecary, can't
got to make
not
them
good at pronouncing
poisons.
stuff. Yeah, a bit of poison here and there.
Yeah, and you're just getting some technical difficulties sorted out, but we got your character ready for you. And so for now, I'll just narrate what's going on, kind of set the scene for you guys. So, one last thing for people who are new to Foundry, I need to teach you guys how to roll dice on here. It's not exactly very intuitive at first. What I recommend is down on the bottom left, you'll see 1 through 0. I recommend just left clicking one of those and you can make a quick macro. Under the command section, you want to type the following 1d6. So without the quotation, of course, but /R for roll, space 1d6. The cool thing with Pathways to Adventure is it literally just uses a 1d6 system. So everyone knows what that kind of dice is. It's your standard cube. And we'll be rolling that a whole bunch. So making a little macro will save you a bunch of typing. If you need help getting that macro
Oh,
set up, just let me know.
slash
Yeah.
R and then what?
Space 1d6. So the
Okay.
number 1, then a D, then the number 6. And then just once it's done, give it a click, and it should roll like this.
Yay.
Oh, that's funny. Eric's cat turned his computer off, so he'll be right back. To quote Eric Cartman, "God damn it, Mr. Kitty!" And my cat just
Okay,
turned
that
off
was
the
a good
controller.
impression.
Thank you. I try. But yes, so just to set the scene, you guys are on a boat and you are currently traveling toward a certain destination. You all three know each other. You're part of the same adventuring guild. There's been an all points bulletin put out that they're looking for adventurers on this island to help deal with a pirate threat. And you have a boatsman named, yep, he's getting back on. All right, you have a boatsman, the captain named Salty Sam. And Salty Sam's, he's a bit of an old man. He's a necromancer too. He's got two first mates from different times that are spirits, you see, and they row the boat for him. They consented to this, of course. They weren't really ready to give up the sailing life when they died to dysentery. And so, Salty Sam and his two first mates are currently rowing your boat heading across the narrow sea towards this island that's about half a day's row away.
All right.
And so, how are you guys entertaining yourselves for this half a day boat ride?
So first off, I'm just chilling, playing with some jewels. Got like these not diamond but sapphire rings on my hand, and I go and start talking to different people on the boat.
Awesome. Oh, there is one setting I forgot to mention. It's really easy to get to. In the very, very top right, there is cogwheels for game settings. Very top right of
Yeah.
the screen. And then on there, it's configure settings. And then you want to click on core settings in that little list to the left. And then about halfway down, you'll see there's a thing that says pan to token speaker. You want to turn that off because it will be a super annoying setting where it constantly moves the screen on you anytime someone types or does something. So pan to token speaker, we want to turn that off. And then just click save changes at the bottom and you should be good. So if anybody's having trouble finding that, just let me know.
All right.
Is,
I got
is
it.
that awesome? Okay. So Salty Sam is rowing your boat, and you said you wanted to go talk to him. So what conversation do you have with Mr. Sam?
I asked him how he's doing, how far away we are from it, and yeah.
Oh, I suppose we're about 8 hours out still, and I'm doing mostly good. I've been having some hemorrhoid issues, you see, but other than that, my health has been pretty good for a person that's 90 years old. You know,
You're
being a necromancer,
you
I like to keep myself youthful. Drink 2 raw eggs a day. Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, he might do this a lot. He's kind of a dick.
It'd be like that.
It's all good. All right. So just to recap, we're on a boat. There's a guy named Salty Sam, a very old necromancer. He's got his spirits, which are his two deceased first mates at different points in time, and they agreed to become spirits to row his boat so they could still sail the high seas. We're about 8 hours out from our port that we're heading towards on a pirate island. Uh-oh. Getting switched over? Or...
Mm, one of them crashed.
I think it was Callisto. Yeah. I think Callisto was trying to switch to his PC, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
probably
think
what it
so.
was.
Now I can't get back into Foundry. This sucks. God damn it, cat.
So what's giving you trouble when you click on it? Is it just not connecting at all, or
It just says Paradise Lost. That's it. There's nothing for me to click on.
hit refresh with F5 and see if that changes it. It has you logged out now, so hopefully it'll let you back in.
Oh, I'm gonna kill this cat.
Don't kill Mr. Kitty.
Yeah, she is a kitten, so.
Aw. I have 5. I'm in crazy cat lady territory.
Wow.
Mhm.
And a pig.
And a pig. I do have a mini pig named Emma. She's currently right below me, half naked because she is at the time of the year where they drop all her hair off, and so she looks a little bit like a hippo with a mohawk. So,
Oh. What color is she?
she's a really dark brown with a little streak of white, a little white on her schnoz, and a little bit of blonde going down her back. So, she's a hot mess
Welcome
right
back.
now, though. Hey, welcome back, Callisto. Are you on your computer now?
Yes. Oh,
Well,
Now
I'm
we
about
can
to
hear
have two
you.
different tabs open. Yay.
Oh, is it not working for you?
Yeah, it's not working on my main browser, so I had to use a different one.
Oh, yeah, it'll work on Chrome the best. It has problems loading on other browsers, apparently.
I don't know. I've never had a problem with the one I use, but
Yeah,
it's the
that's
first time
weird.
I've ever had a problem.
So Callisto, we're trying to talk, I think, and it's coming through with just a whole bunch of like staticky
Static.
noise.
Oh,
Oh, that is a problem.
What other dices do I need for commands?
Just the D6. It's a nice thing for the
Oh, yeah.
system. There's no damage dice or anything like that. It's just flat damage values. So I'd like to keep it easy here at Pathways to Adventure. So, um, yeah. So Salty Sam, he's told you about his hemorrhoid problem. He's 90 years old. We're about 8 hours out on the boat ride, and I'm gonna need you guys to give me a perception roll. It's a D6 plus your mind stat, and it's double your mind stat if you are proficient with perception. Which I think some of us are. I want to say as a human, you probably would want to pick that as one of your proficiencies. So,
Huh? I hope he's gone again.
yeah, poor Callisto. We'll get him in here eventually.
eventually.
I'll roll for Salty Sam. Let's see if he notices anything. Oh,
Ugh,
it's a
fuck.
pretty good roll. Welcome back. Hopefully you're working
What
better
was
now.
it? You said the D6 plus my what? My mind?
Your mind, yeah.
Oh yeah, let me roll the dice.
So for a warrior, it should be a
Wow,
1.
a wonderful 2.
You notice nothing. So a roll of a 1 is considered a epic fail, and so you think that you see a shark to the south. There is no shark, but you are like 100% sure you saw a shark that was down here.
Wow, there's a shark in the south. Oh my god.
Don't see a lot of these parts. Actually, I've never seen one at all. Are you sure you saw a shark there, Sonny?
Oh, I'm pretty sure, man.
The sun's not getting to you. Remember, you gotta stay hydrated.
I'm okay.
I love it. So, Salty Sam does say, "Oh, I don't want to alarm you, but I do see something in the water over here. I can't quite make it out, but it's disturbingly large, and it appears to be coming towards us. Very disturbingly large, and I have never seen this before. And I am 90 years old. What do you guys
Oh,
prepare?"
Or I'm dying from coughing.
Absolutely
what
no
happened?
rush. There's something in the water. It's coming towards us. It's large, at least, so 4x4 squares. The old man saw it first, and he called out. He's like, "I'm 90 years old, and I've never seen nothing like this. Prepare for the worst. But don't panic, but do
I'm
prepare for the
prepared to stab it
worst."
in the face.
I love it.
alright.
All right. It's a baby cracking doo 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 doo. So it
A baby
surfaces.
cracking.
Oh,
Yep.
good God.
Yep. And so
Okay.
they are a magical beast-like creature. You guys have never fought one before or seen one. You've heard tales of them before as being adventurers. Um, One thing to note, by the way, everybody should have at least one health potion on them. I always forget to tell people that, but it's generally assumed that adventurers are competent and they will be smart and carry at least one health potion at all times. So that might
Oh, yeah,
help
it looks
if
like a good
things go
idea.
south. So I'll give you guys one round to figure out what you're doing before this thing hits the boat.
I'm going to stab it in the face.
I love it.
I got balls of steel.
Okay.
Decisions.
Yeah, a lot of decisions. I guess I want to use Divine Bolt,
Okay.
and which is
I forgot to put people's names as visible. All right, so you begin chanting Divine Bolt, and it will happen on your start of your next turn. We're not technically in
all right.
combat yet, but this thing does appear like it wants something from you guys, and you know, most giant sea creatures that you're unfamiliar with probably want to eat you. You never know for sure. It could just want to talk, but um, from most stories you've heard, Krakens tend to lean a little bit more on the evil side of things. And so that definitely is a concerning creature to have barreling down upon you.
Yeah.
All right. Everything going better, Callisto?
You're on mute, by the way, in case you don't know. So
Oh, we'll just continue on while he's getting that figured out. So, you begin to cast Divine Bolt. You get ready to stab some kidneys. Um, Now you do have stuff you can do from range. You could shoot already if you wanted to start the fight off with arrows. You also could challenge the creature as a warrior to make it try to target you instead of other people. So you do have plenty of stuff you can do if you want to start the fight off with that too.
Yeah, you're right. I can. Let me look here.
No rush. Thankfully, you noticed it before it noticed you.
um, so I'm gonna challenge it. By screaming, "Oh, you're approaching me!"
Love it. Gotta use those JoJo memes baked in. All right. And so it has to roll to try to avoid said challenge, but it's not very good at that, so it probably will fail. And it failed miserably. And so it looks at you, and in your mind, you don't hear something with your ears, but in your mind itself, it says, "You devour first." And it immediately starts heading in your direction. And so now we will roll for initiative to see the turn order. So I'll roll for the critter. It rolled, ooh, a 6, so it's going to go in the
Oh,
first bracket.
wonderful! Yay, a 2.
And so for you, you would add your technique stat. So I believe that was a total of a 6 for you.
A 3.
There you go.
I
And
have
so,
+1 on technique.
Delson, just whenever you're ready, just go ahead and give it a roll. Oh, so the +1 technique
Alright.
is on top of your body's base 3 stat. That buffs up your
Oh,
technique, so it should give you a 4. If you scroll down to the table on the character sheet or
oh, here.
character thing, yeah, there it is.
Which one is it? I'm looking. Points,
Technique.
defense, movement.
And Delson, do you need help learning how to roll?
There it is. Yeah, you're right. It is a 6.
Okay, awesome.
D6.
And you're in the last bracket.
Oh, yeah. Out.
Yeah, that wasn't the best roll. I'm not gonna lie.
It happened like that. You just weren't quite ready for it, or maybe you were being cautious and you want to go after the everybody else, just to make sure you do what you want to do and it's at the right moment. All right, and then I'll
Yeah.
roll for Callisto since he's not back yet, and I rolled terribly. So you and Callisto get to go last, and so this is a good time or sorry, never spell that name. Bad. All right, so you guys get to go last. So if your initiative ties with another player character, excuse me, you can do what's called a team up round, where you get to go simultaneously and get to decide what abilities and stuff and movement you do together. So one person, for example, might blind a foe with some pocket sand while the other one poisons them, and then you both go stab the kidneys together. You can do cool stuff like that, or one person pushes them and then the other guy kicks them off a bridge. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with team up rounds. You can also lower your initiative to do a team up round with somebody, but it permanently lowers your initiative. So since you guys are already below the creature, we can technically consider you guys all in a team up round since it rolled first. But if all
Alright.
that makes sense, I will attempt to murder you with Baby Kraken. So it quickly comes over and reaches over the side of the boat and tries to strike you with a fairly standard attack, so a +9 to hit, which against your defense is very unlikely to hit. All right, so a 12 does not beat your defense. So the Kraken slaps a tentacle on there, and just before it hits you, you block it with your swords and cut it a little bit, and it recoils with its tentacle. And so then you see it pull both tentacles into itself and then fire out a really accurate, fast tentacle attack at you, trying to get past your defenses. So that's a plus 12. And that is a 16, which does not beat your 18, so you are still safe. You managed to block again. Being the tanky warrior that you are, it is challenged by you and it has to face you. It then crawls up onto the boat and attempts a grab on you. So for this is one of the three types of rolls you'll make. So there's attack rolls, which are pretty self-explanatory, but prevention rolls are to prevent a bad outcome. So for you, it's going to be an avoid roll as it's trying to physically grab you and pull you into itself. Um, oh, was that Callisto again? Nope, it was him, actually.
Oh,
Wonder if his cat turned off his computer again.
Democrats piss me off.
Every time. Oh, that's funny.
My key's working. Okay, cool. Look at that.
There we go. All right, so go ahead and
Yeah.
roll a d6, and I believe you add a +4 from your technique. Oh,
Plus
you,
5.
yep,
How
but
wonderful.
you rolled a 1, so it does succeed, and it grabs you, and it swallows you. So you're currently inside of a creature. You can still attack and try to get out of the creature, but you will be taking acid damage, toxic damage, at the start of your turn. And so,
Wonderful.
which is now. So you take 3
Why
points
did...
of acid damage.
Okay.
Callisto is gonna go join on his phone. So
Okay, that's fine. I can move his character and roll for him, so. All right, so you just saw your tanky warrior block 2 tentacle hits, and then the next thing you know, he gets wrapped up in a bunch of tentacles and swallowed. And so, definitely we want to try to get him out of there. And so you have tons of abilities, plenty of options, some that might.
okay. So I didn't expect him to get swallowed up immediately.
I didn't expect either.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think the Kraken expected it. He couldn't grab you the first 2 times, so.
Absolute chance.
Oh, your chant would complete if you wish to fire it off now with your divine bolt.
Yeah, I want to do that because I don't think there's anything else I can really do to help him right now.
All right, so roll that attack roll and let's see if it hits. This is a large
1d6
creature that has very low armor, and so you estimate it probably has about 8 defense, which is very low. Oh no, the nat ones, they strike again. All right, so this. 1 second.
6 damage. Wait. No, not damage. That's attack.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to go get it from your mom.
Okay.
Text the address to me.
Here. Call mom and see if she's free. Sorry, my roommate needs to get a hold of my mom real quick to see if she's got some food for us from her pantry. So, all right. So, we've added a new rule, and I still need to add it to the document. But if you roll a natural 1 on a spell or a chant, it does not consume your resources. And so it's less bad than it could be. So you're chanting your spiritual attack with your spear, you're holding it out, you're ready for it to blast this creature, and you accidentally miss a word in the chant, and it suddenly your magic falters, and the chant does not complete. But you do still have your full action on your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna I want to try and run and get him out of the Kraken's mouth. I want to try.
Okay. So you rush forward. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want to dash more, you could spend a stamina point to essentially sprint. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, you sprint forwards, and he's in melee range of you. Um, you can't currently see your ally, but he is within spear distance if you want to try to skewering this thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ugh.
So you know it's not a very armored target, so you might try an inaccurate but high damage attack like Barrage or Flurry. Flurry, rather, if you want to stab multiple times on a turn. Or you have plenty of other options too. You have a more accurate strike. Um, Either one would work just fine. Or you could even try a healing strike where you go to chant a heal for next turn, and then you can attack with your spear as a bonus free action as part of chanting, since that's the spear special ability. So plenty of options.
Um, I want to try Flurry because I want to try and save my friend.
Yeah.
I want to try and do something.
Yeah, you're
Much
just
appreciated.
desperately stabbing, 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 trying to get this thing to release him. So go ahead and roll 3 attack rolls, and you're going to add a +2, I believe. It's your technique stat, which I believe is +2 for shaman. It's 2 or 3, one of the two.
3d6, right?
Yep, you just roll 3 different times, just like that.
All right.
All right, that first one is going to hit. Second one hits. And third one misses by just a smidge. So that's going to be your physique stat. So I believe that's a 2 plus 3. So 5 and another 5 is 10 damage to Baby Kraken. And you understand this is a pretty healthy creature, even though it's not particularly defensive with armor. It does have a lot of health points. And so I'll go ahead and reveal that now that you've heard it. Get on its...
I'm just waiting for like a million health points.
No, not quite a million. It's definitely not one of those games. But it does have 100, and so you've already done 10% of its health with your first attack. You've used 1 stamina to rush over, and then 1 stamina to stabby stabby. So unless you want to exhaust yourself, you probably don't want to spend another stamina point right yet.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm good. But Callisto has to leave. Something had came up.
Okay, so I'll play Callisto for the moment. And so Callisto is a druid, and so they start chanting a very large lightning storm, and that's what they probably would have done on the first turn. And so it would complete right now, and they go to strike the Kraken, hopefully dealing enough damage to have it spit you out. And so let us see. It's a 5 plus a 2 plus 5, so that's enough to hit the Kraken. And let me double check the damage because it is increased from what it used to be. Where did I put the rules documents? There we are. That's Call Lightning. It's the ability. Oh my goodness. Why does this not work? There we are. Call Lightning. So it's 27 times willpower of 3. So they have 4 willpower. So that is 12 plus 27 is 39 damage from this massive bolt of lightning. And they're going to spend a point to double that damage because he is definitely wanting to get you out of there as fast as possible. So that's 39 times 2 is 78. So a huge
78, yep.
blast. And so this thing is down to 78, 12 hit points. As a massive bolt of lightning strikes it, it immediately spits you out, and you have your full action and turn available.
Oh yeah.
A little, greasy and slimy. You took 3 points of health damage, but nothing too bad.
Yeah.
Nothing too bad. Ha! I want to stab it in the face.
Do it. You want to dual strike it?
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Roll that attack. This is also a good time to point out. Nice. That will certainly hit. And I believe we'll kill it, actually. I think right on the nose, because it's 9 plus your physique stat of 4 is 13, I think. And that is enough to knock it into Death's Door. So this is a good time to teach you guys about Death's Door. It is a state where you can only move 2 squares on your turn instead of your normal 6, and you are in the process of dying. It's just like Darkest Dungeon if you've ever played that. So it's not dead yet, but at the end of its turn or any time it takes damage, it has to roll to see if it survives. It starts off with a 1 being lethal, but then every roll beyond that, it goes lethality increases by 1, so it would be 2, then 3, then 4, and eventually you just die. If it ever rolls a 6, it comes back at 1 health point, but it is at the end of its turn, so it still can't act and do stuff. Um, but that is the mechanic for Death's Door. So you do still have a second attack you can make.
I'm going to stab it in the face again.
Do it again. Do it again. Oh, it's a 1. And so
God damn it.
it barely misses with your next strike. It squirms away a little bit on the boat, and it is now Baby Kraken's turn. It leaves your reach and is trying as hard as it can to crawl off the boat now. And it's in your mind, you hear it say, "Please, spare me. I did not
No.
know." And you're like, no. So
No.
it has
Yeah.
left. Oops, sorry, it's my mom. Hey, Mom, I need to pass you off to Grant real quick. I'm in the middle of running the game. He was wanting to ask the play, so I grabbed it for free. What? That's totally fine. No. I just got to get going because we're in the middle of a live game. Okay. Okay, will do. Love you. Bye, hun. Okay, sorry about that. So, you do get to do what's called a punishing strike because it left the reach of your character without disengaging. And so feel free to attack it again. And that goes for both of you.
Yeah. God damn it.
All them ones. All right. So then next up, it would be Delson. If you want to maybe strike it with your last little bit of stamina point, you're welcome to.
Stab it in the face. Stab it in the face.
Alright. Melee attack. Leap strike.
You could do that one, or you could do probably the multi-stab would be your best bet. Just that flurry of attacks against him again. Because it's very injured, and one more strike could kill it, so.
1d6. Okay, that hits.
That hits for sure.
And the third one hits.
Awesome. And so it has to roll several times to see if it lives or dies. So if it rolls a 1, it's dead. If it rolls a 2, it's dead. If it rolls a 3, it's dead. It is dead. So you manage to kill it before it crawls off the boat to safety, and you now have a baby kraken's corpse on your boat. What do you do with it?
The mother's gonna come and kill us.
I want to
And
eat
you want
it.
to eat it. You want to eat it.
All right, I've got kraken calamari. So
I mean, I'm a little hungry after that, being in that cracking stomach.
yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So
Yeah.
they cancel their call lightning ability and go back to take a break. And yeah, so you got baby kraken to chop up. So you start preparing it. Go ahead and just roll a survival roll as your spirit. Roll plus a d6 and see how well you chop this thing up and get monster parts out of it. Awesome. Good roll. And so you don't have any issues. You're cutting off tentacles. You're getting them ready to cook. There is a cook pot in the middle of the boat, we're going to imagine. And you definitely can make some good calamari out of that. Also, roll a knowledge check. Let's see if you know much about the meat of a kraken. Yes, it has psychedelic effects, and you are very stoked for this.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
It's awesome.
okay.
And while cutting into it, you actually find that it coughs up a huge amount of pearls, worth approximately 3,000 gold. And our gem person knows how to identify them.
Okay, so can I expect them to see if I can get more money for them, or is it just like that's as much as I can get? I can
So, without being a
like
merchant or having a really successful persuasion roll, it might be hard to get more than 3,000 gold with them, but you've definitely 100% identified their true value. These are very high quality pearls, better than you've ever seen in your adventuring experience. And so they appear to be like acid washed by the gut tract of the kraken, which is a rare process, and it makes them have an extra special sheen to them. They're very pearlescent, and the light that hits it almost seems to make like a rainbow halo around the really awesome pearls. So
how many
if
of
you were
them are
to
there?
approximately 10, worth 300 each. And looking at this, you kind of identify that you could probably make a really powerful ring out of these that might have magical qualities.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get to chow down on your kraken. What do you do with the rest of the corpse? Do you throw it overboard or keep it?
Toss it.
I mean, are you? I mean, can we find something else to use the rest of it for?
For the most part, it might be able to be used, the brain to make a potion, or its ink sac rather, to make a certain type of potion, like a cloudy potion of invisibility. But let's see if you know about that. Go ahead and roll another mind check, just a d6 plus your mind.
All right, let me check my mind. Oh yeah, that's not that good.
Not your strongest suit, but you could get lucky. Just got to roll a 4 or
Yeah.
higher.
Oh, 1d6 plus 1. Yeah, 2. That's amazing.
Yep, so unfortunately, you are unsure of what other parts of this creature would be particularly valuable.
Yeah, I have no idea. We might as well just throw this back into the sea.
Oh yeah, it's chum. Chum the waters.
Chum the waters. Sploosh.
I mean, you are throwing the corpse back in, so.
Awesome. And so you guys are continuing on your journey. You've had enough rest to recover your morale points if you've spent any. It's been about, another 2 hours journey. And then in the distance, you see something a little odd. It's appearing to get misty. Not cloudy, but definitely misty on the water. Um, and Salty Sam over here is, oh, never seen that before either. Man, this journey's weird. I like my boring journeys more than this. This is a lot of unprecedented shit going on here. I'm gonna try to steer us away from it. I don't want to alarm you again for a second time on one journey in the past hour, but I seem to be unable to steer the ship away. It is kind of drawing us in, as it were.
Huh?
And
Abandoned
so,
ship.
Bro, just go straight to abandoned ship.
right, for this
Hey,
like
Don't even
ocean,
try
boom,
to steer it himself. Just abandon ship. Screw it. We're swimming.
Just
right?
goes that sucks and topples overboard.
I love it.
yeah.
All right, so
Don't try to fix the ship. Just screw the ship. We're out.
right, the ship
Let's
sucked
go.
anyways. Whew. All right. So do you jump in the water or do you stay on the ship?
I ain't jumping in the water. Hell no. Kraken just came out.
Right?
Okay, so I guess I'm on my own, but first I'm gonna try
Okay.
and look at the I forget what it's called. The
Mist.
helm.
Oh, the
See,
helm? Okay.
yeah, mask, helm, mask. Try and see what the problem is
Okay.
before
So
I abandon ship.
looking at the helm, you don't notice anything in particular. You just notice that the water is drawing itself towards this mist that is getting larger and closer by the second. And your boat isn't speeding up. It's actually very, as best you can tell, it's almost as if it was stationary. You don't feel the wind pulling you faster as if the boat was speeding up, but it does appear that this mist is going towards you at an increasingly, alarmingly quicker rate.
Okay, so do you guys have any plans or?
I ain't jumping overboard.
So
So
you're
our,
I'd
afraid?
probably sink like a rock.
You're
our
afraid?
I love
You're
it.
saying.
So
I'm
our
a rock. I'd sink
druid
like a rock.
So our druid rushes up and says, "This is no natural phenomenon. I have never seen nor heard of anything like this in the wilds. This is abominable." And the mist starts to overtake you, and you are enshrouded in mist. And the next
Well,
thing
looks like
you
we're gonna
know,
jump off in time.
yep, and about 10 seconds later, a uh, waterfall-like structure almost, but a circular one, starts to appear in the surface of the water. And your boat drifts closer and closer towards it at a very quick rate, but steady rate. And you are about 6 seconds away from the edge of this waterfall, this circular waterfall that goes straight down.
Well, maybe it is about time we jump off.
I love it.
I don't think jumping off will save us at this point. I think it's too late. Um,
I will say adventurers do probably have rope, should you wish to tie yourself to the ship, if that's something you feel might be safer. Um, but you are very close. You have about 6 seconds or 10 seconds to decide what to do before the plunge occurs.
Panic. Panic.
Max Planet.
okay, maybe not panic.
No, 100% panic. Panicking. Panicking.
I
I
love
grab
it.
the pearls. The first thing I do is I grab the pearls and make sure they're safe and secure.
Yep, you got
What
them.
about our lives?
Yep. All right,
Okay, but if
so
we live, we're gonna want the money.
for sure,
I'll go kill another kraken.
go kill another kraken. All right, so Kabad decides to quickly wrap us up all in vines, so they start casting the entangle spell to try to strap us to the boat. And then 10 seconds later, it completes right as you guys get to the edge of the boat, and it tips forwards, going straight down, and you don't feel your center of gravity change. You are still orientated exactly in the orientation of the boat's gravity, as if the boat itself was the floor still, and your boat starts sinking downwards. And you see a very weird thing. It is as if this column of water that's falling downwards like a waterfall is now a tube, as it were, and you are on the inside of that tube. The water is glowing a kind of aqua color, and you see a dolphin swimming beside your boat, very playfully, going along with you. And then you see it go to dive, and as it dives and gets to a certain depth, it gets ground into a paste of meat as it appears to be shredded into molecules almost, and just red chum is in the water. We've learned a valuable lesson about probably don't want to swim down too far.
Well, listen, guys, I'm not a druid, but that doesn't seem normal. I think we should do something about that.
Yeah.
So,
Let's hurry up and get the hell out of here.
And so you
and
look
what's your plan
behind
for
you. All right, you turn around to find there is nothing but darkness in that same column of water behind you. And you are just going forward at a steady rate. You feel no wind, you see no sun, It is just a tube of water traveling for an unknown distance.
Uh-oh.
And this continues for a minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Time starts to lose its meaning. It gets very difficult to say how long you've been here. And you also have noticed that your captain and ghost buddies are nowhere to be found.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, wonderful.
he set us up. He set us up so hard. I don't, bro.
In the distance, you hear,
Old ass man.
"No, I didn't." I'm kidding.
No, I didn't. It's crazy.
And so the journey continues. What do you guys do in your boredom and tedium as nothing's changing, nothing is happening?
Take a nap. Go to bed.
All right, so you take a
Wake
nap.
me up when something happens.
Yep. So your druid is getting bored, summons some birds, plays with them a little bit, dismisses them, is just getting really, really bored. And about that time, give me a perception roll, whoever is still looking. I'll do one for our druid friend.
How do I roll for perception? Just 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6 plus your mind stat. Or sorry, not your mind
Okay.
stat. Yeah, your mind stat, sorry.
Alright.
All right, so you do
5.
notice in the distance, very, very, very almost imperceptible, you see a little bitty white dot in the darkness. And you can swear it's getting ever so slightly bigger.
Okay, so first off, I'll wake bro up. I'm not dealing with this alone. I gotta make sure I'm not seeing things. And I wake him up and say, hey, there is this strange white orb that's just growing bigger. It's kind of menacing. I think we should do something.
A white orb.
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
white pinprick of light that's growing bigger in the distance, straight ahead of the boat. It's very hard to gauge distances in this place, but it does appear to be growing either closer or larger, one of the two.
Maybe we died and went to heaven.
Right?
They always say follow the light.
Yep.
I don't think this is any type of heaven I want to be a part of.
Your druid's searching through
Follow
their
the light.
knowledge, and they can't think of anything that they've ever heard of similar to this. And so it continues to grow, and it's getting either closer or significantly larger now. You might estimate that if it was far away, it's probably big enough to accommodate your boat at this point. And as your boat continues on, the water column that you've been traversing in on one side of the inside of the column starts to braid as if it was splitting off into rivers. And yours continues straight forwards, curving a little bit, kind of rocking the boat ever so slightly, and is going straight towards this light. And if this,
What if we're like on a river? Okay. Think of it like this. Time is a river, okay? And maybe we're on maybe we're on different streams of time, and that's why it's splitting.
yeah, it's hard to say. Go ahead and roll a knowledge check. Let's see if that may or may not be true.
All
Just
right.
your mind.
Is it mind?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, 3.
Yep. So that's your best guess of the situation.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay follow the light.
All right.
See where it goes.
Your druid's trying once more just to figure out what this could be, And your druid notices that it's been at least several hours and they've not gotten hungry yet. And they ask you guys if you feel the same.
No.
Yep. So you guys just notice, actually, I haven't been hungry, and you haven't needed to use the restroom or have any weird bodily functions now that you're kind of putting two and two together. And the light is now approaching, and you see a little bit of color through it as well, a little blue, maybe some green and brown. And it is about probably 10 seconds away from you.
Got the time down.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And then as you start to go through, we are going to take a small break so I can pull something up real quick because I forgot to put it in here. This is probably a good time for us to go to the bathroom, grab some snacks, stuff like that. So I'll see you guys in
I'm
probably
going
like,
to go pick up some takeout.
ooh, lucky you. What you having?
Just Chinese.
It's not
It's
bad.
cheaper to walk over and pick up the thing myself.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I'll see you in a bit, man. And I'll see you guys probably in like 5 minutes. I'm just going to go grab something out of the fridge.
I shall return.
Awesome. Be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Oh, let's see if our other friends are back too. Alrighty, I'm back. Got a grunty pig.
I'm here. Just I'm.
Oh, okay.
They left.
Did they say that they had to go, or?
No, you just said 5-man break, and they just left the call.
Yeah, I might have to get going then. I messaged them, haven't heard anything back yet, so
I'm
who
just watching
knows?
YouTube.
That's fair. But we'll give them a little bit longer, and then I can continue on with you. So, and this is the cool part too. We're just gonna do the really neat part.
Could always wait a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, welcome back.
B.
Yep, I think we are all back now, so I can conclude what happens with this part. So, you guys find yourselves approaching this light. You start to notice the other colors that are in it, and you have about 10 seconds to prepare for whatever eventuality is going to happen.
I'm prepared to stab something.
Always
Trying
at
to
the
throw
ready.
him in front of me.
Okay. Your druid, once more, starts chanting something just in case. Gets to the back of the boat. And you recognize it as the heal harm chant, so they're ready to hurt anything or to heal anything if needed. And you guys crest through the light, and it is blindingly bright. And as your eyes adjust, you notice that you're at the top of a gigantic waterfall coming out of a cave, and there is a beautiful scene in front of you of what appears to be a city in the distance, and mountains that kind of ring a large valley. And were this a bit more of a funny situation, you would hear da na 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 na
Oh,
as you are.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And you see what the best you could interpret as a naked, weird looking drake or dragon flying and flapping as you see these very rotund, large, multicolored, rainbow plumaged birds that are flying on wings that are entirely too small for their body's circumference. And the next thing you know, you hear them squawk as they get eaten in one gulp by that giant naked flying thing, which we know is a pterodactyl, but your characters are like, what the hell is this weird dragon? And welcome to paradise. You guys are at the top of this giant waterfall, and it starts to tip forwards, much like before when you fell down the initial column of water. Your center of gravity kind of maintains the same, and you are just standing on a boat that is slowly moving down this waterfall. And upon closer inspection, the water is actually mist. And it is just roiling down towards a large, what you can only assume is a lake or ocean. Given the size, you're probably assuming it's a lake, and there is mist covering all the water down at the bottom, just billowing out from this waterfall. And time passes, and after about 10 minutes of descent, your boat comes to rest at the water's surface, and a singular ripple ripples out from your boat. And unlike most ripples that fade after a distance, the amplitude of this ripple remains the same. And it continues onwards and onwards and onwards until it is enveloped by the mist and you cannot see it anymore. And your boat is stationary, does not appear to move, and the surface of the water is glassy smooth. Other than that one ripple, you have not seen it move at all. You don't feel the wind, and you are entirely shrouded in mist. The celestial orb in the sky, if it is in fact an orb that gives light, is occluded by the mist, and so it gives off just this eerie otherworldness of almost being like you're surrounded by silver. And time passes, more time passes, and then eventually you notice your boat starts to move. But it's sliding along the water as if it was moving on glass, and there are no ripples, and it appears to be going in a destination in a straight line away from the waterfall, or the mist fall, excuse me. What do you guys do?
So I guess abandoned ship still isn't an option. So
It could be. You never know.
do you guys have any plans? Or
Huh?
Let's roll.
what plans do you have?
I'm just gonna follow you, man. I'm going overboard.
Your
I guess we
druid over
just jump
here.
off.
Okay. So as you go to hit the edge and look, you notice something beneath the boat. It was really hard to notice, but it almost looked like there was some kind of humanoid there. And you could have swore that you saw it kicking or moving or swimming. Something happened, and then you didn't notice anything else.
Okay.
Your druid friend is
It's
quite confused by this as well, comes to see what you guys are looking at and sees nothing.
I want to try and catch it.
Mm-hmm. So do you call out to it? Do you try to jump off the boat and catch it? Because you currently can't see it.
I don't think calling out to it will give any response, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Hey, what are you?
Single
What are
head
you
pops
doing?
out from under the boat, and it's staring up at you. And it can only be described as if you imagine a humanoid with invisible skin. You can see the musculature, the beating heart, the brain, the eyeballs, everything just
Ah.
visible. I know, gross. And
Ah.
it looks up at you, and then it swims a little bit out from the boat, and then just kind of levitates up out of the water as if it was
Oh.
just, doing a bat float. And it pops up where its face is above water. And it says, "Why, hello. A pleasure to meet you."
I don't think it's a pleasure.
Oh, hell no.
I love it.
An
It is a pleasure
abomination.
for me to meet you.
Oh,
An
that's
abomination.
nice.
How fare thee?
Not good. I don't even know how we got here.
Ah, that I cannot help you, for I have no idea how you got here either. It says in a very monotone, measured voice.
Uh, well, I hate to be rude, but that's not very helpful. I'm gonna be real.
I am sorry.
Not a very helpful creature.
We try. We will push
We?
boat for you.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, we?
And then you see 20 other heads pop out.
Oh, God.
Hey, well, I'll say this. I couldn't take them in a fight, so yeah, you're doing as best as you can. I appreciate it.
Your druid friend is just very confused, trying to rack their brain to see what these creatures could be, and just drawing mostly a blank. Just never seen a creature like this before. Yeah, for real.
They're
And then it
abomination.
says, "Oh, do forgive us. So rude of us to not introduce ourselves. We are the unseen hand of the Misty Mirror. You are on the Misty Mirror on your vessel. Do you have any other questions, or shall we continue ferrying you, as is our creed?"
Uh, if the vessel is for the unseen hand, wait, wait, I'm.
The hand of the unseen. I don't know. I already forgot.
I am sorry. We
Uh,
are the unseen hand of the Misty Mirror. That is what we are called. And they all nod in
Yeah,
unison.
a lovely misty mirror. Mm.
so how long have you been watching us before you made your little appearance?
About 30 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
how wonderful. I call
yeah,
that a stalker.
I
Oh,
would
I
too.
am so sorry. I have misspoke. It was about 30 minutes for us to reach your vessel to start ferrying it, as is our creed.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. That's much better.
Hmm.
I think that you guys have been very helpful. Do you know what this place is?
As
Because
we
you
have
said you.
stated, you are on the Misty Mirror.
The hell's a misty mirror?
It is a body of water covered by mist.
Saw a crappy mirror.
What about land? Is there any land nearby?
Yes, we are pushing you towards the land now. It would be approximately 2 hours.
I'm gonna take a nap then. 2
You're
hours is
like,
a long ass time.
yep. Do
My able to be rested.
you
I
have
don't
any
know what.
further questions?
Uh, not for right now.
Okay. We bid you well. And they just sinks back down, and all the heads disappear, and the boat starts moving again.
Oh, thank God they disappeared.
They can probably still hear you.
We can. One head pops up.
Fuck, damn it. No, I'm gonna be right back. I'm before I die.
Yeah.
Yep, don't die. Coughing is serious business. Okay, so the boat ride continues. 30 minutes pass, an hour passes. Eventually, you approach the 2 hour mark, and I'll wait till he gets back to do the full description, but you start to approach the city that you saw earlier in the far distance.
Okay. Oh, there's a city.
Yep. Excuse me. And so, with the city, you see that there are two statues that loom extremely tall with a beautiful white wall that appears to be maybe of marble, and it appears to be curving outwards from the shoreline that you're quickly approaching. And it appears to be one of those type of cities where it has like a dock that is inside, flanked by two statues, kind of like Bravos from Game of Thrones. And you are approaching. Looking at the left statue, it appears to be a woman with a shepherd's crook, however you pronounce it, croc, I think, with a cloak on, with a very timid looking face. And looking upon the statue, you feel feelings of motherly love, of warmth, of protection, of calm and pensiveness. The other statue to the right makes you feel completely different. You feel ferocity, you feel courage, you feel a mother's wrath, to defend her cubs. Um, this statue has billowing hair flowing out, is wearing what appears to be a lion's robe, with the head of a lion on one shoulder and wrapped in the cloak of the lion, and has a very, very large two-handed sword that she has pommel up and sword blade down at her feet. And further in, you see a third statue of a woman uh, who actually appears to be a centaur, holding up a map and wearing goggles with a smile on her face. And you get the feelings of wanderlust, adventure, of searching out unknown locales, of diving into dungeons, of unknown territories. And as your boat continues on forwards, you notice that there is a dock with a kind of shanty looking structure, a tavern of sorts perhaps, off to your left. Give me a perception roll to see if you notice something further.
All right. Four.
All right. So you do notice with that first roll of the six that there is this weird contraption. It appears to be a buoy set up with a bell, and you put two and two together and realize that that ripple that went out from your boat touching the ground earlier must have moved that buoy enough to ring that bell, alerting someone that there was guests to be expected. And you
Okay.
imagine that that might have been how the unseen hand were summoned to escort your boat.
All right. So from what we can gather, they're people from this city, and these statues they give off these emotions.
Yep, you get certain vibes looking at them.
All right.
And you're drawing closer to the shoreline. Let me go pull up an image of her. I think I can link it in chat. On Hero Forge. There is a lady sitting at the dock, apparently awaiting your presence. And here she is. Pull up a quick screen capture of her. I spent a lot of time on Hero Forge making her one day. I'll post it in Discord real fast so you can get a good look.
All right.
Actually, I should be able to. Let me do this, it'll be better. If it'll let me just paste it in here. Nope, it will not. I have to make a character for it. So just to save time, I'll pull it up on Discord. And it'll be in the chat channel for Fireside Chat. You see a lady with a white robe, with a golden book, with a quill and a golden sash, rimmed with blue, like aqua, white hair, old, but beautiful looking. Definitely not old and wrinkly, but wizened, I guess would be probably look that you get from looking at her. And she hails your boat, and your boat pulls up to the dock and then stops. And then you see a flurry of movement as the unseen hand of the Misty Mirror collectively all swim away.
All right.
And she
So they
says,
all are just gone.
"Yep, they disappeared."
Okay.
Oh, that's fine, Eric. We'll see you in just a bit. You had to leave for a phone call.
All right.
All right, and so she introduces herself and says, "Hello, I am Madam Eva. I am of the city of Maidensfall, where you find yourself now. Please, we wish to wish you well and let you use our amenities. I do caution you, though. So, are you still on the boat? Do you step off? Do you listen to her, talk to her? What are you doing while she's talking to you?"
I step off and try and continue the conversation with her.
Awesome. So you're gonna have to make an avoidance roll. The moment you step off the boat, everything hits you at once. Exhaustion, the need to pee, the need to poop, hunger, all of it hits you at once. Let's see if you can survive. Just give me a simple
How
roll
do I
plus your
make?
body.
Okay.
Which for you should be a +2. Awesome. You clench
Hey,
every orifice, you hold it in, and she says, "I was about to warn you that everything will catch up to you the moment you step off your vessel. Please, do make your way to our facilities over here." And she gestures quickly to the building that you saw earlier. And you rush in, you find the bathroom, you open it, and you go in. And I have to ask you now a very deeply personal question for your character. What
yeah.
would your ideal bathroom look like? If you could have any bathroom in the world with any amount of money, what would your ideal bathroom look like?
Uh, I have not thought about this.
Pick it to everybody. I
It
love it.
would. Uh, okay. Let me go look up some bathroom ideas. Uh, I feel like this would be it. It's just something chill. I'll send it.
I love it. Just really homey, cozy. You
Yeah.
make it to the toilet, everything is okay, you didn't poop yourself. Um, you feel relaxed, you get to take a shower, a bath. Time starts to lose its meaning in here, and you spend as long as you like. You feel very rested, recovered, and eventually you leave. And about that moment, you almost get run into by your druid friend, who is in a very similar state that you were, a long time ago before you went into this room. They push you aside, go into the room, and then immediately come out after you looking very refreshed, refined, freshly showered, well groomed. And then the same thing happens for our other friend when he gets back, but he's still on his phone call. So we'll just kind of fast forward that for him and fill him in when he gets back. And so Theo does the same thing, does poop himself a little bit, but, thankfully comes out refreshed, moments after closing the door. And Madame Eva is there to greet you again and says, "Ah, I do hope you found your amenities to be amenable. It is a certain spell of mine. I call it the personal room of rest. You do feel better, I hope."
Yeah, I do feel better. Much better actually. That was scary feeling.
Wonderful. And you must be starving, famished even. Please allow me to show you to the feast hall. And she gestures, and you see this large, long table full of your favorite foods, customized to your liking. And in the middle, you see this large cooked bird of different rainbow colors of meat and with big drumsticks. And she carves off a slice, puts it on a plate for you, and says, "And you must try our delicacy. It's called the Bird of Paradise, which coincidentally is the name of the land you find yourself in. Paradise, with a DICE at the end." And she
All
hands you a
right.
slice of Bird of Paradise.
Okay. How does it taste?
Like pure dopamine. Goes straight to all the pleasure centers of your brain, and you could easily find yourself addicted to this.
Your happiness. All right.
Pure bliss. And what would your favorite food be laid out before you?
Uh, a burger.
A burger. You got yourself a burger with all the fixings. It's
Yeah.
great. It's beautiful. It tastes better than any burger you've ever had. And I think Theo's still AFK. Is that right, Theo? Yep. And so he's still on his phone call, probably. All right. So Madame Eva begins to tell you a bit about any questions you have. She says, "Please do share any questions you have, and I would be more than happy to explain to the best of my ability."
I don't got nothing. Wait, yeah, this guy too. This
Sorry,
is
you cut off a little bit for me. What'd you say?
sorry. I was talking to my mom.
Oh, okay. That's all good.
Uh,
So she was
yeah.
saying, any questions you have, she'd be more than happy to answer if she can.
Do you know how we got here?
Ah, we know only that your kind come from elsewhere, many elsewheres. In fact, I would. And you see her summon her book, summon her scroll, and looks at you really expectantly, like she's really wanting to hear stuff, and says, "I would love to learn about where you're from. Please do share everything, and skip no detail. I have as long as you wish to share."
So first off, we found a Kraken. Who left? Oh, Eric left. But so first we fought a Kraken. The Kraken could talk to us. I don't know how, but it could.
She's furiously scribbling this down.
Yeah, there was a Kraken. It talked to us. I have these pearls. I show her the pearls that I got from the Kraken, and
Oh, they're
I'm
such fine
actually a
quality.
jeweler.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you could. I'm a bit of a. I dabble, and I can definitely tell enough to know that the quality of these is exquisite, and they will sell for a very high price here. And they also appear to have magical qualities should you wish to pursue that route. Yeah, Eric had
I'll
to go. He's
consider it.
got a doctor's appointment he has to go to. So
All right. Do you want to end the session here or?
we can keep going. Totally up to you. I
All
don't
right.
mind running a solo session. And we can keep going, or we can end it here and continue whenever you guys want.
I don't want to get too far ahead because Callisto had to get off. Eric had
Yeah.
to get off. Yeah, I don't want to travel too far.
Okay. I won't fast forward too much, but I'll say that she listens to you, writes down all your stories, and when she's finished, she's like sweating almost like, "Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, I just love hearing about people's stories." And it's like you can basically tell this is what she gets off to. Like she loves hearing
Yeah.
about other people's stuff. Um, and she would then tell you that there are three trials that new Mistfallen, is what she refers to you as, engage in to become full citizens of Maiden's Fall, which is the city you find yourself in. She explains the
Okay.
history of the city and that it was founded by three female druids who represented the zodiac symbols of the rabbit, the lion, or the tiger, either one, um, and the horse. And she says that all
Okay.
three of them gave their lives to save the city at one point after having founded it and lived for many hundreds of years as druids can, and that they don't worship them, but they venerate them. They consider them to be important pillars of their society, and that the statues that you saw earlier were imbued with their essences to inspire people to do better and be better, and to eventually choose a district of one of the 7 districts of the city to call your home. She says, there is no requirement that you become a citizen of our city, fair city, but that the world is harsh and full of many dangers, and without citizenship, she fears that you will not survive very long out in the wilds. Um, and she says, I am more than happy to share about the 7 districts so that you can make a good choice of which you might wish to call your home. And would you like to hear about them?
All right.
All right. So the first district is the pensive district of scholarly learning and faith, which is called, I need to plug my headset in, is called Sanctuary. And so in Sanctuary, she says you can find all manner of information about spells, about knowledge, and that people there tend to be more passive and pensive. And then she explains the next district from there is or not Muse Home, sorry, Sweatbrow. And she says Sweatbrow is an industrial district of makers and entrepreneurs. It is the industry district of the city, the main production hub. She says, as a jeweler, you might find yourself well at home with plenty of work to be done there. Then she says the next district is Muse Home. Muse Home is the party district where people go to enjoy themselves, have fun, be merry, spend money, all that great stuff. She says the next district, the middlemost district to the east. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
just explaining about the city that you haven't got to see yet. So
Ooh.
spoilers, but it's fine.
Oh no.
It's all good. Um, so just to recap for you, there are 7 districts of the city. The first one is a holy district of scholarly learning called Sanctuary. The next one
Mhm.
of the 7 is Sweatbrow, an industry district of makers and entrepreneurs. Then there is the party district, the fine arts district of Muse Home, the travelers district of Sojourn, which is the middlemost of the 7 that heads to the east side of the city. We are on the west side of the city as the port essentially enters into the middle of the city. She explains that the middle of the city is called the Nexus, where you find yourselves right now. The next district going down from the east middle is the Bazaar, which is the coin and mercantile district of buying and selling. And then she gets a little wry grin on her face. Um, Sorry, she is Madame Eva. You weren't here for that. That's right. Madame Eva is explaining the city. Um, and so Madame Eva says that this district is a bit of a fun one. It's called Sin's Solace. And in Sin's Solace, she says it's a bit like, well, anarchy meets all the more seedy delights that one may have, if you catch my drift. And then she says, and the final district is called the Yard. It is our military and defense district that protects the rest of the city with their patrols and helps escort cargo along the city's roads that lead out of the city towards the very dangerous wilds of paradise. And so, do any of these 7 districts feel that they may be more amenable to your needs as a citizen?
Uh, can we travel between these districts?
Oh, but of course, you are a member of the city. You're a citizen first of the city, but then a citizen of your district in particular. And so you gain certain benefits of being a member of a district, but you are free to travel amongst them. And should you wish to change your citizenship, you may do so once every 6 months.
All right. I don't think I can make this decision without consulting my friends first. While
For
I
sure.
do want to prioritize us finding more information about this place uh and how we even got here, I don't think I feel like we could make a start of life here as well if we were to go to different sanctuary. I mean, not sanctuaries, different
Districts.
districts. So
Oh, but of
yeah.
course, there's no need to rush your decision. It is one of the three trials, however, that our new Mistfallmen endure. The first trial you have already passed. It is the trial of the telling, where you tell of where you are from, and you engage me with interesting stories and regale me with your tales. And for that, I thank you most sincerely. And she says, the second trial is the trial of the knowing, which you have already begun, to learn of our fair city, its history, rich heritage, and of the 7 districts that you may one day call your own. And lastly, there is the trial of the showing, where you show us your martial prowess in combat, so that we can be assured that we are not sending babes to the slaughter when we allow you to leave our fair walls of our city to adventure forth on your own, should you wish. We must make sure you are competent, that you would be safe to travel the wilds, as safe as one could be in such a perilous place such as paradise. Um, and so you may complete the trials, the 2 remaining trials, as you wish. Do not rush, but should you wish to go to the Grand Arena, we would be more than happy to direct you that way whenever you are prepared to take the trial of the showing.
All right.
And so that's probably a good place to end it. So you got a good
Yeah.
background on the city. We'll be able to let your friend know and fill him in later, as well as our other friend who had to go. And yeah, so what I like to tell people at the end of a session is we do what's called the 3 questions, and it is the thing you learned. So what did you learn? What was your favorite thing that happened about your character or about the session? And then what was something you wish had been improved or that we could have done differently to make it a better experience? And so take it away.
All right. So what I learned is that uh so first what I learned is that I'm really gonna enjoy this campaign. I really like it. I feel like you're a good DM and
Why, thank you.
I re- I really enjoy it. My character learned a lot actually about this world. It's very civilized. They are very kind people. Well, at least from what he's seen. Uh, I forgot the next question. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Uh,
no, it's fine. Favorite thing that happened for your character, and then thing that you wish could be improved. And it could be
okay,
personal, it
so
could be about the
favorite
game, anything.
favorite thing that my character experienced was the hands of the Misty Mirror.
Uh-huh.
I really like them just popping up. They're these creepy people who are like strange and weird to look at, but they're very kind and they're just trying to help. I really like that. And for what I think can be improved is the character sheet part.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
it's not bad. It's not bad, but what is I'm gonna say? It's just I feel like I need to get used to it first because I feel like that's the main issue.
Yeah, just to give you a quick preview, if you go down to where it says character sheet on the rules of cool, you'll see, if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see the actual character sheet itself. It's hand drawn right now because we're waiting on the lady to finish the mock up of the digital version. It looks really arcane and crazy at first, but it makes sense once you know like where the stats go and where to look for different roles. So there definitely will be a better character sheet, hopefully by next Friday.
All right,
So that's great feedback, though. Thank you so much. And yeah,
no problem.
so are
Uh,
Fridays a good time for you, do you think?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
I think they're a good time. And I talked to Callisto about it earlier. He said that Fridays would be a good time if they're like this. So,
Yeah, for sure. And we can go on as long as you guys want. Usually it's a 3 or 4 hour session is what most people enjoy. Some people have to go because they have to go to bed or different time zones and stuff. So I'm Central Standard Time. What time zone are you?
I'm Central Standard too, but Callisto is EST, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So that should be good then. We shouldn't be up too terribly late. So awesome. Well, I'm so glad you guys responded to the Reddit post and got to come in and have some fun. And I'm also running these games, like I said, every day at 6 p.m. Central. So if you want to hop in for like more of a one-shot kind of thing, maybe try out a different character, see what you like, you're more than welcome to. And otherwise, I
All right.
think we're pretty good. Just really appreciate you showing up.
All right. No problem. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you take care. And Faust,
You too.
I know you didn't really
Hello.
play, but what did you think about the session as a guest?
Yeah, it was fun to listen on in and see a rare aquatic event.
Yep. So I actually pulled that from. Have you ever heard of the D&D creature called an aboleth before?
Probably it rings a bell.
Yes, they are the incredibly ancient fish-like psychic creatures that existed before the dawn of the gods in the lore of D&D in the Forgotten
Mm-hmm.
Realms. And if they affect you with their mucus, your skin becomes translucent and you have to stay in the water. You cannot be out of water for too long or else you dry up and die. And so that gave me the idea for the invisible skin people that are in the water. So there may or may not be an aboleth down there somewhere. Who knows? So, alrighty, we'll end the stream there. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you have in fact watched. And this has been day 15 of our 100 games in 100 days. So we're making good progress. And it's been Pathways to Adventure with John Horry. So signing out. You guys take care. Bye bye.